What's up, guys? We are back here. Let's Play series episode 22? 22? Maybe 22? Maybe 23? We'll see. We'll see what it is and correct that in the title. But we are back here. Let's go check out the shop. See if anything's sold. Hey, everything's gone. And we got 5.8 BSLT. Cool. Cool. So those Shatigon Ores sold. Can we make some more? So it's at 0.34. We have enough logs. We have enough that we need fabric. So we might have enough after we gather. If we get 333 on our gather, so we came back, we should have a harvest available. So we can grab that. We also have the Archeum already. Let's go check out the weapons. And let's see here. So let's go Great Club. And we are looking for a tier 4. Ooh, there's a tier 4. They're up for 1 BSLT now. So we might actually pick this one up. Doesn't have extra, great bonus stats. But it is only 1 BSLT. Let's go into one-handed weapons. Check these out. So nothing here. So we want to kind of keep up with our one-handed weapon and do this, club and shield setup, but it's just so expensive. It's not worthwhile to do this. Like, we can buy the shield for 1, but then we'd have to buy the club for 1, at minimum, so that's a 2. So already just cost efficient wise, it's way better to buy a two-handed weapon. And then in the future too, if you are playing, you're going to only need 1 scroll to upgrade a two-handed weapon versus, 2 scrolls for a sword or axe or club, a one-handed weapon, and then another scroll for your shield. So cost efficiency is way important in this game. And I mean, it almost forces you to pick two-handed. So I think we will probably buy this right here and just, get a huge gear score boost, which is going to help our combat power, which is then going to help us kill mobs faster and be more efficient. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's spend our 1 BSLT, buy this Great Club right here. And now we have switched over to a two-handed weapon. So we got failed. Did any sell? This one sold. This is the Shatigon Ores. Okay, so all the skill books failed, but we can just try and list these once again. Like I said, the skill books is a long shot. Probably not going to happen, but it only cost us 5 silver. No big deal. This used to be an effective way. This was incredibly effective, 10 days ago. Now, probably not so much. So you always have to be flexible and adjust your plans. But again, it doesn't hurt to try. So we will try, we'll try. And eventually we'll end up giving up on this. Alright, so let's make sure that we equip our weapon. Okay. It's a lot of achievements that just got unlocked. We got 10 gold coins there. And you can see our combat power just skyrocketed up here to 27 now. So with a 27 combat power, we're going to be able to hit most of these mobs that are around our level 30 questing area now. And then we also have a lot more DPS because, how strong this weapon is compared to what we were using. This one has a 548 healing power compared to our 171 healing power. So it's an increase of 377, so a significant amount. We do lose a little bit of defense. That might hurt us a little bit, but our DPS, our power rating is just through the roof. It's over 9,000 right now, guys. So we are just going to blow things up. So let's go and harvest our crops. Actually, we can do that later. We'll go keep doing a quest over here. We'll harvest the crops at the end. Because we still need some XP. And we are just about, I think it's like 15 BSLT away from getting our Arc Pass, which will be a big boost. So making 2 more of those Shatigon Ores is our #1 priority, and then we're also going to sell some more logs and processed wood, things like that. So as we are running, let's go ahead and take a look at these log prices, see if there's any money making opportunities here. So 0.01, and lumber is at, nope, and it's a negative right there. You don't want to make lumbers. Alright, so ore. So ore is at 0.01, and processed ore at 0.06, so not really profiting right there at all. Very small profit, but not worth the risks. And then now we're just looking for processed fabric. That's processed fabric. And 0.12, that's really low. So skin. Hey, it's actually profitable right there. Very small profit margin, but it is profitable. And especially if we sell them at this 0.16, there's a good profit margin. So if we disregard this one right here, this 0.126, and we sell them at this 0.16, there's good money to be made, good profit. So it's going to take us approximately 0.11, and we can sell it for 0.16 minus the fees. We're going to be making about 0.3 profit on this. And then on top of that, we actually need those anyway. So let's go ahead and buy that skin. The skin is the one that we need to make so we can get our Shatigon Ores. Alright. So we'll be converting that and then selling some of those. Okay, quest complete. It's always a good idea to keep an eye on what people are selling, especially like the tier 4 stuff. So if people are selling tier 4 stuff, that means they're either quitting the game most likely, or they're trying to make money off of crafting, which doesn't really make sense, because then anyone can do crafting. You do have to get a little bit lucky with the upgrade scroll, because the upgrade scroll is a 50% chance. So if you fail your upgrade scroll, you have to keep making those upgrade scrolls for tier 4. So that can get expensive. If you get lucky and do it on the first try, it doesn't cost as much, because it still does use that blue Archeum core. But I think right now people are just either A, possibly quitting, or overpricing their gear and hoping that someone buys it. Let's see here, yeah. So a blue Archeum core is worth about 100 BSLT right now, and it's a 50% chance. So that's just an Archeum core. It's going to cost you 200 to make any of these things. The Archeum to upgrade it to purple isn't that expensive. And then also, what else do you need for upgrading? Okay, so you need one of these. These is also 30 BSLT. So 100, 130, 130. We'll say 135 to make this. And then 1,000 Archeum. So it's not terrible. Anything that is tier 4 and under for 300 BSLT is not a terrible price. So all these things are a little bit over. They're over the 350, 340, 360. But yeah, so it's either people trying to make money, they got lucky, did it on the first try, or they are quitting. But if they're quitting, you would see like all the gear most likely, I think, up for sale. And you only see a couple of pieces. So it's definitely good to keep an eye on that stuff, on the prices, to see how things are shaking out. Hey, sea bugs. So we should get a lot less invalids. And you can see we killed him in 3 hits, which is, you know, way nicer than what we've been doing. It's been taking like 5 or 6 hits. So the next big power boost that we get is once we get one more of these skills in Vitalism, and then we'll get this passive right here. And then we get a lot more power in our skewer, and then also our basic holy bolts. They get significant power upgrades. It's like going Super Saiyan pretty much once you get to 6 passives. Like you'll see the power level is just insane. Alright, so did we got that? Yeah, we got the whale. Need to get this box over here. Oh, it's a truck. So, almost done with our quest now for EXP, which is good. Maybe once we turn this one in, we'll be done. Oh, we can go this way. It's faster. So used to going the other way to go back to like the world gate, the teleport. So one of the things too is this is actually a good place to set your recall, because if you set your recall here, you can go to both east and west side. There's a teleport here. And if you didn't know, it costs 3 Hereafter Stones to teleport to the other continent. So if you're on this continent right here, if you're on, what is this, the east, and you want to teleport all the way over to the west, it's going to cost you 3 Hereafter Stones. So in order to save some money, even though it's not a big deal, a Hereafter Stone costs 75 silver, what you do is you just use a world gate, and you use a world gate to get to the other side, and that doesn't cost you any Hereafter Stones. So we'll show you what we're talking about here. If you're new to this game or this world, you probably have no idea what a world gate is. But these big giant portals that teleport you freely, so they look like this right here. So this is the Halcyona World Gate. So if we take this, it's going to teleport us freely over to the other side. So you'll notice that teleport did not cost us any Hereafter Stones. You would see it in your inventory. And now we're on the other side, the other continent. So if we want to teleport to any location over here, say we wanted to go up the Carcass Ridgelands, we would now teleport from our teleport book and go up here. And it would only cost us 1 Hereafter Stone. Whereas if we teleported from over here, it would cost us 3 Hereafter Stones to teleport across the ocean. So if you put your recall location at one of these world gates, then you can freely teleport to wherever you want to with only paying 1 Hereafter Stone. Like if you want to go to the east, you just simply jump through the world gate and then teleport to wherever you want to go here. If you want to go to the west, you just jump through the world gate and teleport wherever you want to go on the west. So that's a little trick that you can use if you are running out of gold, or you really want to be conservative on your gold, which I don't think you have to be in this game. You do get a ton of gold. The only time you're ever going to run out of gold is if you're a super merchant and you're selling a lot of like high-end items, or you're really, really overpricing your items. Because the main purpose for gold right now is a listing fee on the auction house. But you notice, I mean, we have 116 gold coins. Alright, so done that. Head back up here. So we need about 6,000 more EXP. Once we get about that much, once we do one more quest, we're going to go and teleport. Because when we do our crafting, we're going to gain some XP. So I want to make sure that we utilize every single resource that we get. I mean, you always do want to try to be efficient with your resources. But sometimes you just can't help it. Like, sometimes if you need BSLT, or if you need labor, you just got to do what you got to do to get the labor. And you can't really think about what it costs. Once you start getting more BSLT, and if you actually have like 100 or 200 BSLT, that's when the game kind of starts to think like, okay, do I spend some BSLT to buy like a labor potion, or do I just buy the item off the auction house? Like, you've got a lot more choices. So when you have no BSLT, or you're not a paying player at all, your options are really limited. And your main focus just kind of has to be to earn BSLT. Like, all the other efficiencies kind of just goes out the window. It's like, okay, we just need to earn BSLT. You can probably go kill these giant bears with one skewer. So let's try this out. Alright, we're going to skewer in the middle and see if we can kill both these bears in one hit. Oh, so close. Look at that. So we're at the point now where we could almost AoE farm these monsters. We just need a little bit more defense. So right now we are going to be taking damage. The monsters are going to hurt us because we're just in tier 1 armor. They don't hurt that much, but like if we try and gather like 5 or 6 of them. So here, we'll show you. So we're going to go gather. We're going to gather all these monsters. These 3. And you can see we're almost dead. We're halfway dead now. So we have to hope that the thing doesn't miss. And it missed. And you see, just we don't have enough combat power. The skewer missed. We don't have enough defense. That was only 3 mobs. But realistically, we can AoE farm those guys with the skewer. The skewer pretty much one-shot killed that mob. So if our combat power is a little bit higher, it would have killed all those mobs. And we wouldn't then just be able to like recover, healed up, and then moved on to the next farming location. So once we get a little bit stronger, we can start doing that. And there's 2 different ways to do that. So you can get that by leveling up or increasing your gear. So we don't really have any infusions right now. We have 1 infusion left. Because we kind of made, mistakes on feeding all our infusions to our weapons and like, buffing them up. So at this point, we just need to keep doing the green story quest, get more infusions, and then we can upgrade our armor, or we can just go ahead and purchase the armor from the auction house for 1 BSLT. But our BSLT is so precious right now. Like, we only have 2.6 BSLT remaining. We need to keep that in case we can find some really good deals. Find some really cheap logs or really cheap stone that we can process and turn into more. So we really don't want to be wasting BSLT on, armor right now because we don't absolutely need it. So looks like we'll turn 1 quest in and we'll have enough. And then when we are ready to do our quest for tomorrow, we will come back here and start questing from this area. Okay. And we've already got 2 quests there ready for EXP. And now let's head back and gather our crops, do some crafting, set up our sails, and we are done for this episode. So if you guys got any questions, please post them down below. Love to hear from you guys. Thanks for watching as always. So here, we now have enough skin, because we bought 200. Or do we buy 100? I forget how much we bought. Whatever, we have enough skin right now, so we bought 100, it looks like. So we should probably plant some logs, maybe? Logs look like they're the ones that we have the least amount of. We have 29, and then we have 39 in that. What do we need? We need mineral crystals, though. We only have 1 mineral crystal. We don't have any sap, though. So sap is the special material you get from logs. So we need to plant logs. So just in case the daily quest asks for sap, we have it if we, plant trees and get lucky on that spawn. So we can put these away, clear out the inventory. We can also expand our bag. So this is a cool thing. So you can make your bag bigger for 50 silver. So we're going to do that. And then you can also make it bigger again. For 1 gold, you get 10 more slots. And then after that, if you want to go more, now you have to craft expansion scrolls. And these are kind of expensive. So if we go in here in the folio, so I press O, and then we type in expand, and we can see, basic grand expansion scrolls. Click on the recipe, and we can see it takes 1 Shatigon Grand Crystal, 100 Archeum, and 100 Labor. And to upgrade our bag, we need 5 of these guys. So we're going to have to do this 5 times. So the first 20 slots are very cheap. It only costs you 1 gold and 50 silver. But after that, it gets way more expensive. Same thing, we can also do that with our warehouse. So we can expand it for 50 silver. And then we can expand it once again for 1 gold. Oh, we do have sap. Nice. Okay. Oh, we got some ski in there too. So let's go ahead and put our items away. looks pretty good. Oh, do we have, there's a basic infusion. So we got 2 infusions. These are all coin purses, so we can throw those in there. It's good just to hold on to because you might need these for a quest later on. And I mean, the only other option is to throw them away. And you have plenty of space right now. You can see we just got 40 more inventory slots. So we have plenty of space. So we're going to go ahead and process some of these. And then we should actually be able to make 2 of the Shatigon ores. So we're going to sell them in stacks of 10. So we're going to go make 1 at a time, sell it. Just because it's always nice to sell things at a small bundle. The larger the bundle that you sell something at, so there we go. The larger the cost of something, the more likely it's not to sell. So if you have like 100 of these or 1,000 of these and you put it up for, 0.33 each, the only person that can actually buy that is someone who's really rich and has lots of BSLT. If they have lots of money, they could buy it. But a normal everyday person can't buy it. So me, I've only got 2.6 BSLT. I'm very limited in what I can buy. Even if I had like 260 BSLT, I still would have to be pretty cautious about what I buy. The only time I'm like, I don't care, is if I have like 20,000 BSLT. And then I don't care if I spend 100 BSLT on something. But if my BSLT is like under like 20,000, I'm going to be careful about what I spend my money on because it's more valuable. The more that you have, the less valuable it is to you. All right, so doing those, that's going to get us about 6 BSLT right there. So if those sell, which they probably will, that's going to put us up to very close to 9 BSLT. And then let's see what else. We could probably sell our skin. Or a processed fabric. Yep, so the cheap one sold. So we can sell some of these, I think, for 0.15. Okay. So let's go. We got 13 left. Let's go make 1 more. And then let's break this up into 7. So yes, I know 7's an odd number. But this is going to be the cheapest available fabric on there. So even if we did 1.1, it comes at a 0.15. And the cheapest fabric on here is 0.154. So once again, it's a small. And we don't care if it sells. So if it sells, great. If it doesn't sell, no big deal. We're going to use it ourselves later on. So let's see how much we could potentially sell the ore for. So the ore is not worth listing right now. The ore is still cheap. If we want to, we can list up 15 and try and sell it for 0.75. We can try that. So it's 0.73. Let's go point there. All right, so we'll try it right there at 0.08. And again, if it doesn't sell, it's no big deal. All right, let's do the same thing on this. So we'll list up 15 of these. At 0.08. And so right now, I mean, we are just waiting for a daily quest now. So we have enough materials to make more Shatigon Ore, but we don't have enough Archeum. So Archeum is now our holdup, and now we just need to start flipping the logs, the ore, the scian, and potentially finding something else to buy and sell. But for now, we're just going to go back to doing basic daily quests, earning the Archeum, and it's a slow process because you don't earn that much Archeum. So you can see we're going to earn maybe like 150 in Archeum a day. So maybe in like 2 days we'll be able to get enough for another Shatigon Ore. So the rest of this really is going to have to be just looking for good conversions in the processed materials. Because the other thing too is there's not that many crafting things that you can do. So if we go and take a look, we can go to the crafting table over here. So here's all the processed stuff. So only a couple of those. Then you have this table here. So skill books aren't worth anything. This one, we don't have enough resources. It costs 50,000 Archeum, so we can't even touch that. We don't have any infusions to upgrade, and they're not worth anything to sell. No one needs Apprentice Awakening Scrolls, so these are complete waste. We can't make this. We don't have the Archeum core. No one uses these lucky scrolls, so like if you look on the auction house, no one is buying these. These things cost 20,000. We can't make these. Lighters cost 10 and 20,000. So Shatigon Ore is one of the only things that you can actually produce with a small amount of Archeum. You know, even making the expansion scrolls, it costs 100 Archeum, which we're not really going to have. So we need to find items that don't require Archeum. So even like the Hereafter Stones, it costs Archeum. Almost every item craft costs Archeum to make. So the only things we can really do is those processed materials. There is another one that we can do. It's called the Finishing Touches Bundle. So this one might be worthwhile. It does not cost any Archeum, but in order to craft it, we need a lot of the grand materials. So we'll have to take a look. We need 15 of each of these, 15 mineral crystal, 15 sap, and 15 soil. And then one of each of the basic materials. So we can take a look to see how much this would cost us to make. And then how much it would sell for. So it's only going to sell for about 3 BSLT. And then you also have to see how many are these actually selling. And the answer is not very many. So 14 have sold today, 33 sold yesterday, 26. So you really don't want to be in a market like this that has no liquidity, which means people aren't really buying them. There's just not enough people that are buying them. So you can see there's a lot of these up for sale. Even if the profit is really good, the chances of you selling your item is very low. When we look at like the Shatigon Ore, so if we type in Shatigon, oops, we don't want to buy that. You'll see over here that thousands of these are sold every single day. So this is a very more liquid market where things are buying and selling, and you know, things are moving. And once ours get up there, it's going to be the cheapest one, and they will sell. The same thing can be said with the processed materials, so processed fabric. Like thousands of these guys are selling every single day. Alright guys, that wraps it up for this episode. Thank you for watching. As always, make sure you hit that like button if you are still here. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And I will see you guys in game. Good luck. Best of luck to you. Make that BSLT. Earn that money. And yeah, have fun guys.